What's happening, everybody? This video, we are here to learn about King combo basics. Rather than just memorizing sequence after sequence, I want to show you how combos work and what pieces you use so you can kind of build your own as you go along. She's a character that's really straightforward in her list of special moves, so there's not a ton of things you can do. You're basically going to take one thing and kind of just build on it from there. So I want to show you from that perspective. That way you can learn a little bit and then you're good to go from the rest of it on out. I don't have to show you every single possible 4.5 bar combo. You can figure it out on your own once you know the basics. So let's begin with combo starters. For the most part, King can pretty much confirm her max damage is off of lights. You don't need to worry about a different combo for heavy starters, but we'll go over them anyway. So for the most part, 2B really gets you a lot. It can special cancel, but it's not really your best shot. What you really want to look for is 2B2A into 3D. When you do this correctly, that gets you a chunk more damage and a little bit extra time to confirm what's coming next. And since this 3D counts as like a heavy, you can do whatever you want after it. So that's really most of what you need to know. Heavy starters obviously work too. You know, you can do your heavies into that slide. But then there is also a different command normal. It looks like this. It's a little jumping forward kick where she does have access to fireballs in the air in this game. So you're going to see that come up. But for the most part, anything you can convert into this slide and into specials. So any of your heavy attacks can go into this one where possible. So to get started with meterless combos, I'm going to show everything possible with the 2B2A 3D sequence, because it's really not that hard to do. You get the max value out of it. That's the one you should be learning. So at 0 bar, you pretty much get to do that into a special, and there's really not much else. You can do trap shot, as long as you're close enough for it to hit. It is possible to do that too far away. There might be a little bit of a sweet spot of letting her slide forward with that attack. But you wait too long and you're going to miss your cancel window. So you kind of have to practice that a little bit. Once you learn the timing of tap, 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 you learn the timing of special cancels as well and when to hit them. Trap shot works, as does heavy tornado kick. Trap shot does more damage. Tornado kick does more wall carry. You'll see as we go along that tornado kick is much more useful in combos, and trap shot kind of goes at the end for the most part. King has a decent anti-air button in her crouching 2C, and you can see it follows up if it gets a counter hit. And it can also go into trap shot, which is going to be one of your better damage options there. So now that we have a little bit of meter to spend, things start to get interesting. Using the same confirm string, we're going to start with this into EX tornado kick, then a light tornado kick, and then trap shot. That's pretty much the pattern you're going to see in all the combos going forward. The vast majority of them are going to end in trap shot because it can super cancel later on. And you're going to see tornado kicks used a lot because they do the damage, they cover the wall distance, they're a really good fit. In the corner, we can change it up a little bit. Replace the first EX tornado kick with an EX venom strike. Rest of the combo is the same thing. And you get 17 more damage out of it. But that's something you're going to see too. In the corner, the venom strikes become a lot more useful when you don't have the pushback to worry about. I mentioned in the starter section, if you land a heavy, you can now use this airborne command normal. 6B, which leaves her in the air and allows her to do air venom strikes. So that comes into play too for big time corner combos. So with just a half a bar, you can do this. An extra hit in the middle. You can do the EX airborne venom strike and then 2 standing light venom strikes before ending in trap shot. In this case, that last venom strike you could replace with a light tornado kick, just like all the other combos if you're used to doing the same thing. It works exactly the same way, and in fact I think it's a little bit easier to connect, and it does 4 less damage. So you can kind of think about it that way. They all end in a light tornado kick into trap shot. Just depends when you get certain situations like the corner, you can start it off a little bit differently. But otherwise, that's your basic pattern. An EX starter the light tornado kick, trap shot. That's what you really need to take home from this, because you're going to see it just build up from there. With a full meter to spend, you do get a few more options, but not a ton of wild, crazy things with this character. Like I said in the beginning, she's got a really straightforward moveset, so you can't just make things up as you go along, so to speak, but you can see, oh, well, I could just change that or end this differently and get more damage that way. The first thing to take a look at is just canceling right into a level 1 super. For the most part, this game is designed where using 2 of your EX moves is going to do more damage than just a single level 1 super. King kind of rides that line. She doesn't have that huge combo variety, so the level 1 super is still pretty viable. I'll show you those. So that's just the trap shot right into Silent Flash, 285. And that is the heavy tornado kick into Silent Flash, 310. If you remember in the first section, the trap shot did more damage. The exact same combo, only this time it's the 0 bar combos ended with a level 1 super. But for whatever reason, now the tornado kick does more damage. However it scales, or however you want to describe it, does more. So you could always do that. If you just have 1 bar to spend, just confirm your hit and do a heavy tornado kick. That's new in Season 2. The fact that she can cancel that is a new addition in version, whatever, 1.6 it's called now. You couldn't always do that in the beginning. Now you can. So that generally would be preferred in higher combos because it does more damage now and you get the wall carry from it. Trap shot would be the end of your combos, like we said before. So level 1 supers are still viable. I got 310 out of a light confirm into it. But let's take a look at what you get by using 2 EXs where possible. In that case, the only thing you can really do there is end your trap shot with an EX version. There's no way out in the open to stick another meter expenditure in there. You can't do EX Venom Strike. It won't really reach anything like that. And trap shot doesn't do anything else when you EX it, just more damage. So that was 291. That's right in the middle of what you got from using a single level 1 super. So you could just do that, right? If you want to get used to just doing your B&B combo all the time, and you have an extra half meter to spend, you could end the trap shot with an EX and get a little bit more damage out of it. But honestly, I don't think that's worth it. I think that half a bar would be better off to save for your next conversion. Just stick to the regular EX tornado kick, light tornado kick, trap shot pattern, and be done with it. In the corner, you can spend 2 EXs a little bit better. Venom Strike comes into play because you don't have the pushback to deal with. Now that's up to 345 damage. That starts to get a little bit more reasonable. And all you're doing was starting with an EX Venom Strike. And the EX Tornado Kick still catches them. So you're doing the exact same combo that we learned before with an EX Venom Strike in the beginning of it because the corner allows it. But now that we have 2 bars to spend, we can start using the other starter attack, this, out in the open now with Air Venom Strike. You saw in the corner how much damage that did by being able to stick extra attacks in there. Well, out in the open, that's really hard to do. And if you do this, the only thing that can pick up from there is a micro dash EX tornado. And the rest of it goes the same from there. 401 damage. The only way this works, like I said, is EX Tornado Kick. The light Tornado Kick might be faster, but it doesn't get there in time. Heavy one is too slow. There's nothing else to convert from. You're going to have to work on this timing a little bit. It's not easy. A super quick micro dash right into EX Tornado Kick. You can do that faster than you think. As soon as you see the Venom Strike hit, you can kind of go right into it. You don't have to delay or anything. So practice that a little bit. So while that works out in the open, if we're in the corner now with 2 EXs to spend, it starts to get a little bit wild.
That's gonna leave a mark.
461 from that sequence. Starts with the airborne EX Venom Strike, does a grounded one, does a grounded EX Venom Strike, and then another one before ending in Trap Shot. So take a look at it again like this. You're getting 4 total Venom Strikes in that combo before you end it with Trap Shot. The first one is an airborne, which is important. You can't really get the extra extension unless you're doing that airborne Venom Strike because it's got some cool unique properties. But then you do a regular one, then an EX, and then a regular one, Trap Shot. Just like we were in the corner before, how you could replace that last Venom Strike with a light tornado kick for, you know, consistency and muscle memory. You can do that here too. You can replace the whole last 2 parts with tornado kicks like this. That does the exact same thing, and it only costs you 18 damage. If consistency is your thing, you could do that. So as we saw, just to kind of recap the beginning of it, right? You could do EX Tornado Kick, Light Tornado Kick, Trap Shot. And if you were in the corner, you could stick an EX Venom Strike and then do that exact same sequence. Now, if you have this particular starter, you can do the airborne EX Venom Strike, a regular Venom Strike, and then that same whole sequence. This has 2 whole parts before you get to the basic B&B combo. So that's the kind of pattern, again, that I want you to recognize. That was the exact same last 3 steps as you could do with just half a bar. Once you have more bar, in the corner position, for example, you can squeeze other things into it. Otherwise, your old reliable double tornado kick trap shot sequence is what you want to learn. And in fact, that's what you're going to do off of Shatter Strikes. Same old sequence. EX tornado kick, light tornado kick, trap shot. So that's like the bulk of how her combos are built. There's not a whole lot more you can do beyond that. 1.5 bars, there's no other EX moves you can add into the mix, right? There's nothing else you could change. So if you got 1.5 to spend, just go look at your half bar combos and end those with a level 1 super. They all end in Trap Shot, and Trap Shot can easily cancel into Silent Flash. No problems. So any half bar combo, just cancel with a level 1 super. Same with 2. If you have 2 bars to spend, just take one of the 1 bar combos that we just did and end with a level 1 super for a total of 2. There's no other way to build more combos on top of this. That's pretty much it. That pattern that you're going to see over and over again, that's what you do. And when you're in the corner, the EX Venom Strikes come into play in certain orders and situations, but it's pretty easy to get used to. I highly recommend taking a look at the Google Doc linked in the description and see them written down in order. Like, oh yeah, you can, you know, it's color coded and bold and all that stuff. So you can see, oh, that's the same part over and over again. And I just substitute that in the corner or substitute this for extra bar, whatever it might be. Now I want to take a look at 3 bar combos, because as I said in the last section, there's nothing else to learn beyond 1 bar. There's nothing that changes the system for 1.5 or 2 bars or whatever. Just add supers to what you already know. You had meterless combos, you had half bar combos, and you had 1 bar combos. Just add a level 1 or a level 2 super to the end of those as necessary if you have more meter to spend. That's pretty much all there is. And that's what I meant by straightforward character design. Her special moves are this, and that's it. So you just dump more meter if you have more to give. At 3 bars, I want to take a look at QMAX, since that's where that's really designed to pay off in the meter consumption game. QMAX can change up things a little bit. And the basic rule of thumb is you get a combo and a super for the cost of the super, if that makes any sense. The thing to really take a look at, though, is where you are in your rotation. If you were the first character, your QMAX gauge only has 1,000 in it. It looks like that. It's just that little half pink bar. So when you spend a level 1 super, that pretty much uses up the whole bar. A level 1 uses a chunk of that bar as the timer drains down. A level 2 uses the same size chunk and it takes up one of your remaining stocks. And then a climax uses up the entire timer and 1 more stock. So if you were to run that timer to the ground, you can see as it goes and goes and goes and goes, all the way to the end, I can still activate a super, right? As long as there's some left, that counts as your chunk. And the same thing is true for a climax. If I let it run all the way down to the end, I can get that last little bit and cancel in the climax for 1 more bar. So that's a total of 3, right? 2 to activate max mode, and it costs 1 more. So that's what climax would cost. But during that pink gauge, you get some combo in there. So that's what I mean about getting it for free. You get a half bar combo in addition to your climax. So with 1,000 gauge, your first character, and I don't always recommend doing max mode combos as your first character, right? You could just save the meter for later on, but if you find the situation presenting itself, you could do it. And I think one of the best ways to do it is off of her 3D. This move has a long range, and yeah, they can start to block it after a while, but it does catch people in the feet. So I just want to use this to demonstrate your quick max combos, because it's kind of a cool thing you could just sort of, you know, fish for out in the open. You catch that, and then you activate your combo from there. So starting off with 1,000, you can basically get one special, and then you have to do your super, and that's all that's left. So it looks like this. And then you can do climax with the last remaining little bit. So that was 3 bars total, and it adds up to 539 damage, which is a good chunk. You'll notice that kind of breaks the rules there. The EX Tornado Kick causes that ground bounce, which allows you to combo further. In general, you cannot do an EX move into supers. They don't cancel that way in this game. But the Tornado Kick is over, and it causes that bounce, and you can super off of it. So that's all the time you have. Your 1,000 meter is going to expire. You notice I'm at the very, very end of that climax gauge, so you might as well spend whatever you can at that last minute. Your second character in the roster gains access to your 4th bar and 1,250 max mode. And that only adds enough time for you to basically get one extra hit in. It looks like this. You can do the EX Tornado Kick and then do a trap shot and cancel that into climax. 596. Already a big jump. You got 57 more damage by being your second character and activating max mode. You're doing the same thing, except the first character can't stretch it out long enough. The middle character can. So that's what I mean about maybe not doing it at the first character slot. You get more value out of it the more farther down the line you go. And to that end, your third character gets access to the whole 1,500, which stretches it out a little bit, but you guessed it, I'm going to just add one more hit in there like this. Same combo we just saw, right? EX Tornado Kick, Light Tornado Kick, Trap Shot. And I can cancel into climax with the last little bit of my bar. 627 now. That still only cost me 3. You can see how I did an entire full, heavy, half-bar combo, plus the climax, 3.5 for the price of 3. That's what Quick Max does. And that starts to get more and more powerful as you spend more and more meter in it. So let's take a look at an option you can do with advanced cancels if you have 1,500. This is too hard to do. It won't work with the other ones. Just because of the timing her moves take, you kind of have to have 1,500 for this. Now in this one, you can see I did level 1 into climax directly. You can cancel a level 1 super into a 2, into a 3, as long as you have the meter to do it. So the Quick Max mode allows you to do that. So I had to do a small short combo, just the starters into Tornado Kick, then level 1, then level 3. That's 4 total bars for the cost of 3. And you can see now the damage is up to 674. Once you're in climax, you could spend the rest of the meter and up to 2 more stocks by doing a level 2 and a climax. That's going to cost you 4. So you're basically getting, you know, again, 5+ meters for the cost of 4. But that's pretty much all there is. The only way to boost damage any further than that is by adding extra supers in there. And that's only for the last character. The maximum length of your Quick Max mode, all you're getting is Tornado Kick and 2 supers. So you could spend the whole shebang, 4 bars, and get probably 750, 780 damage, whatever it might be. The one thing to take a look at that's just kind of for fun is max mode. When you don't quick max it, you just do it raw. You're rarely going to see an opportunity to do anything like this, but it does exist, and you can see you get double the length of your meter. The moves cost the same ratio, so in this mode you can basically do combo, level 1, level 2, level 3, all in one sequence. That whole thing connects for the price of 4 total bars and does 1,031 damage, would kill any character. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You start with a basic combo, and if you have some meter to spend, you can build on it. The EX tornado kick, light tornado kick, trap shot. That's the sequence to remember. You could just stick to that in every combo and do nothing but that if you want to, right? Just do that and then the super. Oh, I got 3 bars. Let me land a stray hit, QMAX, then do that same combo and end in supers, etc., etc. I just want to show you the ways that it works so you can look at other possibilities if you had to. But as we show, the most you can get by sticking to that combo is 627. QMAX confirm, do that B&B combo and end in a climax. You get 627, which is totally fine for a grand total of 3 bars. Considering you get 5, that's pretty cool. You could do more and spend more bar, but those situations are going to be a lot less common. That you actually hit somebody with something and have whole 5 bars to spend and all that. But it's there. It's there if you come across that situation. Now I think you're a little bit more prepared to do it. Oh yeah, I've been doing this combo all day. Let me just add a level 2, right? And get more damage that way. So that's it. That's everything you really need to know about how the combos work. There are bound to be plenty more situations of weird juggle pickups, like a stray fireball and stuff like that you could chase into I'm not concerned about that. Those are things that you would have to lab for hours to figure out and are hyper situational. This video is just about the building blocks, how to get comfortable with combos, and then be able to do them on your own in a match and not have to panic, oh, what's the proper sequence? Oh, I can just do what I'm comfortable with and then go from there. That's the goal. So hopefully that helped out a little bit. I thank you for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, please click subscribe and the notification bell down below for when more of these videos go live. You'll get notified about it. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and take care. Later.